Hey, 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 it's Izzy and Jay.
Is that our intro now?
Yeah, I heard that people like jazz.
We'll go with a big band kind of theme,
We got plenty of space behind
Splash a big band on the back there.
These guys are really good. You should check them out.
So, guys, this is going to be our September announcements for the games we're going to be playing.
Yeah.
And September is going to be pretty big. We're going to be diversifying a little bit. I know we've been doing a lot of Super Nintendo stuff, and we want to do all the Nintendo stuff.
While most people would agree that Super Nintendo is love and Super Nintendo is life, I guess Nintendo did release other consoles.
Maybe, I don't know. There are a couple more in there. I got to go look at my shelf again to see.
I'll be sure to check the wiki.
So, to kick off September, guys, we are going to start out with Solo Simpsons Hit and Run for GameCube.
It's all him.
And we'll just splash that up here. So, with Simpsons Hit and Run, that is the first open world Simpsons game. I think the first and only open world Simpsons game. And it has a dedicated kick button, which is awesome.
I only know of a handful of games that have that, and it's always awesome in those games.
I saw this small fact thing about the history of the game and how the devs were actually kind of nervous about Simpsons Hit and Run, and even Matt Groening himself came in to evaluate the game as they were developing it, and it took him a while, but he did discover the dedicated kick button, at which point they became even more nervous until he kicked Marge all the way down to the Quickie Mart. And he laughed the entire time. So, I think he enjoyed the game as well. He was all about it.
Honestly, I kid you not. I feel like a lot of the games that Nintendo released on GameCube were like innovative titles where they were like, I don't know if this works out, but I'm really digging it.
They were really pushing it with GameCube. They tried out a lot of new things. Some things did great, others maybe not so much. But we can remember the GameCube as mostly an awesome console, honestly. I only have fond memories of it. I only have good things to say about it.
I mostly remember the fact that it dropped down to $99.
Oh, yeah. I think it's still right around the $70-ish mark for GameCubes now.
Are you saying that because GameCubes got so cheap back in the day, they're actually pretty close to what they would have been used price back in the day?
Maybe. I mean, with the collector's market the way it is now, who knows? It may go through the roof again. But we also have, let's see, we're going to be bringing back some more Super Nintendo stuff. I hope y'all aren't getting tired of the Super Nintendo stuff. And we've been playing this in our co-op series.
It's relevant.
And I'm actually going to be doing a solo series on Zelda, where I break down kind of a lot of the glitches in it. Since I am using the American version, there are some glitches I don't have access to, and because we do play on the original consoles, and this is just the standard off-the-shelf American version of Zelda, I won't be able to exploit the false flute glitch or false flippers glitch, and there are some frame glitches I could exploit, but unfortunately I don't have the expertise for that. But I will be breaking down the glitches as far as wall jumping, or basically exploring the map of all the dungeons. And I will even be providing my own map that I have laid some routes over for you, where you will be able to basically follow along and kind of explore with me. Just don't go to the room with the X on it, or you're going to lose your save.
That always works.
Yeah, that's always great, right? Maybe they want to lose their save. Who knows? But that's going to be my Breaking Zelda series coming in September.
Were there different versions on different releases of American model cartridges that patched and unpatched certain things?
I don't think so. I just think that the only patch per se that did happen to Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past was between the Super Famicom and Super Nintendo releases.
Huh, okay.
And that was pretty much just them taking out false flippers and false Flute, both of which I enjoyed when I tried them out. As far as like emulation and stuff, they are fun little glitches to use, but they're also somewhat devastating sometimes. You know, it's easier to lose your save in the Japanese version. Yeah, it's easier to lose your progress.
More exploits, more danger, but more reward.
Exactly. You know, that's always the trade-off. And then, as far as other solo series,
hidden game no jitsu.
We're gonna skip straight past the N64 this month, and we're gonna go with Conduit on the Wii as a solo series that I'll be playing, and we'll just throw that up there so y'all can see that.
Which I'm probably gonna end up watching because I've never actually seen Conduit get played, and supposedly it's a good game.
It looked really good, and it was surprisingly cheap when I found it at the store. But at the same time, I have never seen it out in the wild, and I saw the cover and I was just like, you know, $12 Wii game, that's not bad. I'll pick it up. It looks cool. And I did some homework on it, and it actually looks like a really good game.
The elusive Conduit in the wilds.
It almost looks like they tried to make it like their almost like Halo Killer on the Wii or something.
Oh yeah, Halo Killer on the Wii.
There have been so many franchises that have tried, and of course all have failed.
Now, you know, maybe if they would have done something that looked like a blatant ripoff of Halo 2, but with really nice Wii controls, you know, then they give Halo 3 a run for their money.
And we're not counting Fortnite as a Halo killer. That's where they stick 12-year-olds.
Listen, the building mechanic of Fortnite does not beat the Forge ever in any scenario.
I know. I mean, like the Halo Forge was when they first released it. It was fantastic. And I can remember when the first Forge was out, and it was just kind of a thing where you can only place like walls and stuff. Do you remember that?
Are you talking about Halo 1 or 2? Because I know that the PC, either Halo 1 or Halo 2, it didn't have a quote-unquote Forge, but it was like a level builder.
Yeah, I don't think that was Halo 2. I think it was Halo 3. Because I think, if I'm correct, I believe the first like version of the Forge wasn't exactly as great as like later iterations of it. Because I can remember a version where like you could only place like walls and stuff, and you could place like barricades. And, like,
okay. You're talking about like specifically early models of Halo 3's Forge.
Yeah.
Okay. I was talking about the level builder that they had for Halo 2 that you have to operate on like an external program. Kind of like how there was mods and stuff that you could build with the GEC on like the Bethesda games.
Oh, I never got that far into Halo 2 as far as like trying to edit things. I mostly focused on player meta.
Gotcha. Okay.
As in Banshee flying and ruining people's day.
If you don't land the shot, the bonsai will make sure that happens.
Oh man, Halo 2 was insane. But we're also hoping for the release of what is it, Halo Reach on the Switch this month?
Yes, I'm hoping that this September brings a very good version of Halo Reach to Switch. Please, please, please.
Well, I mean, I'm sure they won't screw it up.
They can't screw up the campaign. They can potentially screw up the multiplayer. If this is anything like the Master Chief Collection, then there's not going to be a Halo Reach Forge, which is going to be really sad. But if they're really actually ripping the Xbox 360's version of Halo Reach and plopping it down on the Switch, it's going to be beautiful.
Even if the Halo Reach Forge is like just a separate download, I could still live with that as long as it is there. Because I will absolutely be making some of the craziest stuff you've seen. I remember all my little tricks to take advantage of the original Reach Forge. And I had all these fun things I would do. I'm talking just like unmanned vehicles flying across the level for no apparent reason.
Yeah, you told me that compared to Halo 3, they definitely made some interesting improvements over the Halo 3 Forge. But that like Reach's gameplay in and of itself is a bit controversial as to whether or not it's like better than 3.
I can see like the extra like power ups and stuff kind of being an issue. It's like supposed to be a prequel, but they add all this great technology,
That's fair.
and then we go like fast forward from Reach to Halo 1, but in reverse, and they
Have none of these things.
have like a regular grenade and a plasma grenade, and that's it.
Congratulations.
Enjoy. And then you get to Reach, and there's all this stuff.
You could try to say, oh, it's because they lost it all when the planet got glassed, but you're gonna make technological advancements along the way.
Maybe Reach was the pinnacle of technology as far as they were, and they went backwards at that point after it was destroyed.
I can potentially live with that explanation, but I bet people who like deep delve into it are probably like, yeah, this is a bit weird.
Yeah, from a story standpoint, I can see it being a problem. So maybe Halo Reach in September. I mean,
Maybe.
it was still.
Honestly, it's kind of hard to. It's kind of weird to hear that come out of our mouth, like Halo on a Nintendo console.
Well, their partnership with Microsoft as far as Minecraft goes both ways.
Oh.
You know, that's a two-way street. But it's still kind of like an elusive, almost rumor for Switch, though, because I've seen nothing official on it aside from the announcement in 2017, 2018.
Weird.
Maybe it was a little later than that. It could have been last year.
It's so strange though, because like COVID things like ruin the media being able to like actually pay attention to too many things. So I'm hoping that the data is correct, and if it's not, go inside.
Yeah, I mean, it's still kind of up in the air as far as that's been. I mean, I haven't seen any pre-orders or anything out or anything like that. I can't even so much as like Google it.
Has it shown up on the Switch store?
No, I mean, and weren't we supposed to be getting Crisis Remastered?
Yeah, we were supposed to be getting that too.
Like, whatever happened to that?
Is that not listed on the pre-orders as well?
It's not listed up for pre-order anywhere.
What the heck?
At least as of a couple days ago.
I guess things are getting delayed, maybe?
I don't know. Maybe. I mean, we are in a pandemic, and there are going to be sacrifices. You know, video games are a very small sacrifice for that. You know?
Shoot, we were rambling. What?
There's a lot more important things going on, really.
Yeah.
No one has time to throw Crisis into the Switch. Cue to like a video of me taking Crisis like for PC and just like jamming it in the Switch. Go.
It will work, I swear.
Read CD. But we'll kind of drop off that tangent because we still don't know if it's going to happen or not. If it does, it is going to make our billing for September, and you know we'll be super excited about
Oh yes, I promise you that if it does indeed just magically, oh yeah, no, we're fine, guys, it's happening, and it comes out, I will also be picking up a copy.
Yeah, I mean I'll be super stoked if it is, but we are going in with the assumption that it may or may not come out in September. And,
Always the skeptical.
well, we don't want to sit here and just be like, oh, go get it next week.
Yeah. Okay.
Go down to your local Target and I don't know.
What were we?
We actually need to do our last game in the lineup for
Okay.
September, and that's going to be our co-op series.
Yes, we're going to go back to use the split controller for this next one.
So as far as our co-op series for September is going to be, we've looked at something a little special here. It's a game that's near and dear to many people.
This is also another game that I played a big chunk of it and then it dropped off.
You're not going to like the end of this. It's a little difficult, but Super Mario RPG for Super Nintendo. Yes, I know, more Super Nintendo content, but we're going to be getting away from the Super Nintendo as we go. And you are going to be seeing plenty of other stuff as well. And we're just going to throw that up on the board.
It's gonna be good. Oh, it's gonna be so
As
good.
far as co-op goes on it, I don't see any issues with it as a co-op game. You know, it may even be easier to play as co-op than Zelda Link to the Past was. If you can play Zelda Link to the Past with a co-op controller the way we've manufactured this one.
I'm terrified because we're switching up this time. I believe that we discussed that.
Yeah,
I'm going to be on the D-pad.
You will be the D-pad, yeah, this time. I'm giving you the steering wheel on this. And I'm not going to give you, I don't think I'm going to give you too much input as to where to go.
It's just okay, my child. We are only wandering the lost woods.
It'll be okay.
I'm kind of scared about the window scene. Yep, they've got a.
Oh.
Yeah.
I can't remember what happens. I think we just get into a fight if we go it.
I wonder if it's like inevitable to fall into that fight, or if you can actually avoid it.
No, you can actually beat the curtains spot.
I never could as a child.
But it's not really a requirement either.
Ah, fair enough.
It's just like a little extra fight, I think, if I recall correctly.
So what else is there to talk about?
Well, I mean, that covered most of our content for September. We kind of got it all lined out. However,
honestly, it's quite a bit because that's four games essentially, almost 5 if things end up going well for us.
that's a big chunk of some games right there, you know.
A lot of things coming your way September.
And we won't just be posting daily. In some cases, we'll have enough content to post like a few things every day at some points.
Yeah, there's gonna be a bit of a mishmash.
But we're also planning out our October content. If anyone has any Nintendo recommendations they'd like to see for October, we kind of got it lined up. But if anyone has any more spooky games,
Or
I
just
can think of,
like survival. That always helps.
we just play straight up Minecraft on hard mode.
It's scary at night in the tunnels.
But yeah, I mean, October is going to be kind of our spooky themed game month. As far as co-op goes, I have a good idea of what we can play co-op, but it's meant to be co-op.
Ah.
We won't ruin it, but it's certainly spooky.
It fits the bill.
Yeah.
It's weird how I knew exactly what you were talking about when you said it too.
So we hope you guys will check back with us whenever we get this content up and running. So look for that starting 1st of September and all the way through. Some of that's probably going to extend into October, of course, but that's just the nature of this.
It gets too jam-packed, of course.
But we will see you guys next game announcement time around the beginning of October, and we hope you guys like what we have in store for September.